Hi everyone, bonjour and welcome back to my channel. I'm someone with a pretty curated wardrobe. Largely everything that's in my closet fits together and is something that I actually want to wear. As a result, I've decluttered a lot and my wardrobe right now sits at 33 pieces of clothing. But in order to declutter a lot and also maintain a wardrobe filled with stuff that, or only stuff that you would actually want to wear, there are a few things that I've realized with time that I don't need in my wardrobe, so I've largely gotten rid of them and I'm not bringing them back in. If you're here for the first time, hello, I am Naya and this is my channel where I talk about style and beauty from a minimalist perspective. And I think one of the results of living in this society where we're always encouraged and tempted to buy more is that a lot of the wardrobes out there are based a little bit on quantity rather than quality, and often that can sort of make for a wardrobe that doesn't necessarily make you feel your best or truly serve you. So keeping that in mind, here are a few things that you don't need in your closet. First thing on my list is polyester sweaters. Now basically this is actually everything polyester more or less, but polyester sweaters in general. Polyester is a fabric made from plastic and it does a really crappy job at keeping you warm in the winter and also cool in the summer. And that's the case because it's generally really bad at regulating your body temperature, so either way you will always be uncomfortable. I also think that it can be really important to send yourself the signal that you are worthy of great things, and when you have like a polyester sweater or a wool mix sweater that is cut with polyester, it's just generally not the nicest thing you can get in its category. Whenever you get something in polyester, it's usually imitating a fabric that would have been a better match for whatever it is you're getting, and it comes at a cost of you being less comfortable than if you were to get that piece of clothing in wool or in linen or in cotton. And in general, things are more often than not in better quality if they're made from natural fibers, which also makes me feel better. It's usually sort of my impression and my reasoning that when a brand uses polyester in an article of clothing that could have made solely on natural fibers, it's usually to cut costs because polyester is so cheap, and I want better than that. On my channel I mention kind of a lot the magic of cashmere and wool, and having a few cashmere and wool sweaters makes it absolutely impossible for me to grab for my polyester sweaters, because now that I know the difference, it's really hard to go for less comfortable. So for that reason, I've gotten rid of most of my polyester things, and I'm really picky about when I bring it back into my wardrobe. The next thing you don't need in your closet is any color that does not suit you. A game changer for a lot of people is figuring out whether they have a cool undertone or a warm undertone to their skin, and it's because it's a pretty good indicator of what colors are going to suit you and which colors are going to wash you out and just completely throw your natural beauty off of balance. And I'm a very cool tone person, so for me this would be something like an ivory white or an eggshell white or a camel or cognac color. These are very warm colors, and for that reason they don't really match with my skin tone and they don't make me look my best. This is why now in your wardrobe you will find a lot of crisp whites, cool toned blues and charcoal, black, whatever it might be, because these are colors that are better suited for my skin and they will make me look better as a result. So anything I had before that would sort of wash me out or wouldn't look as great and I wasn't really sure why, like with off-whites or camels, I got rid of all of it because there's always a better alternative in a cool tone color that will make me feel much greater. On the other end of that spectrum, if you're someone with a warm undertone, it might be worth evaluating if you're looking good in your crisp whites and some of your blues and all of that. The next thing you don't need in your closet is those things that you absolutely love the idea of, but you do not wear. You might really love the idea of a ruffle top and that's why you own one, but whenever you put it on, for some reason it just doesn't work for you. It doesn't suit your personal style, or for some reason you can't quite feel at home in it, it might be time to get rid of something like that and use it as an exercise in realizing that you can like something from afar and not have to own it. That's something I've had to realize with a few things, that I like something, but whenever I invite it into my closet, it just doesn't work for me. And so I've decided to like some of these things from afar by not owning them. And this can come down to anything really. A ruffle is a good example, but it might also be a print. Like, you might really love the idea of a floral print, or you might really like a red on someone else. But whenever you try on something from your wardrobe in these styles, or whenever you see something out and about and you really like it, get into the habit of realizing that you don't have to own anything you like. Not everything you like is for you. There are plenty of styles out there that you will both like and that will also suit you. The next thing that I don't think you need in your wardrobe is pieces you're holding onto for nostalgic reasons. Completely naturally, as people, we have this tendency to assign a lot of value to items, and often the same is true for clothing. And we can definitely hold on to some pieces because they're attached to really good memories, but sometimes holding on to a piece for those reasons will give you feelings of sadness and melancholia rather than actually sparking you joy, Marie Kondo style. And I've definitely had a few pieces, a denim coat in particular actually, where I had to hold it up and ask myself, am I holding on to memories in an unhelpful way? I think there are so many things that memories are assigned to, and we can have a lot of pictures and we can have a lot of other items, but I think something I've realized for me is keeping your wardrobe as helpful to who you are right now, or as in tune with who you are right now in general, is a better way to go about your wardrobe than to try and have it help you hold on to a time that's already gone. Of course, here it's up to you to figure out if this piece you're holding on to, if it actually fills you with feelings of joy over these memories, or if it's actually quite the opposite. I think it's much more healthy if the wardrobe you have right now is also reflecting the person that you are right now. It should sort of help you live in the moment rather than help you hold on to times that are already gone. There are plenty of other things to hold on to for the sake of memories, and I just think that for me, I try to keep that to a minimum when it comes to clothing. The next thing you don't need in your closet is anything that doesn't fit or can't get tailored to fit, or that you won't tailor to fit. If you have something in your closet right now and it's too small, well, first of all, then it's really hard to tailor it to fit, and it might remind you of who you think you should be and that you should fit into this thing, in which case it might not be the healthiest thing to keep around, and it might just be clutter as well. And if you have something that just is an odd fit or is a bigger fit, if for some reason there's not a good enough reason for you to go down and get it tailored to actually have it fit you and your body, then why are you really holding on to it? This definitely goes into the former point that if you have something that you could be wearing that doesn't sort of elevate who you are right in this moment, I think it's worth it to consider if that's something you want to keep around. And as with any rule or any tip, there will always be exceptions, but I think in general, it's a better habit to teach yourself to let go of the things that does not fit you. The next thing that you do not need in your closet is anything that you do not use, but that you're keeping because you spend a lot of money on it. When we simplify that phrase, it basically comes down to guilt. And I don't feel guilt is a healthy emotion to keep around or to be reminded of. It doesn't really serve you anything. An expensive mistake is still a mistake, and it might be time to sell that item, find a secondhand shop or a friend that will take it off your hands, or sell it at a place like Vestiaire where maybe someone will give a little bit of your money back and then enjoy the piece now that you can't. You don't need to keep that thing around to remind yourself that you made a mistake, and I think that the part of the process of getting rid of that item or trying to find it a new owner, you'll hopefully learn a little bit better about what you won't buy expensive like that again, and you can move on without this reminder of guilt in your belongings. If you like this video, please as always give it a thumbs up so that I know, because it really does help out my small channel. And if you're here for the first time and not already subscribed, then I urge you to do so, because I would love to keep you around. Thanks for watching and farewell!